It is Phil Friedman here at 22nd Street Landing. I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I thought I'd come in as a warm up for the Danny Kadota show. Get you ready because Danny's going to be here at 6 o'clock and he's got a great show planned for you all. It's really going to be good. Danny will catch up on all the latest, have some great tackle recommendations, and of course, he'll keep you headed in the right direction with regard to fishing and so much more. If you'd like to make a comment, you're welcome to do that. But please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it if you could do that. You could share our video, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures channel, and don't forget, always, we deeply appreciate all you've done for us. I've got some breaking news that I'll get to you in a second. I'll also be giving you a phone number you can text if you want to join us on one of our last fishing trips of the year. We got a few more to go, and we'd love to have you on board that. We're going to have open house here at 22nd Street Landing this weekend. So if you're not doing anything, maybe you come down on Friday or Saturday evening, around 5 o'clock in the evening. We'll have a hot dog for you. We've got a raffle. We're going to raffle up this beautiful Pen Fathom reel. And, of course, the funds that we get for that and subsequent raffles is all going to go to our Mexico efforts. So we'll be able to get more stuff down to Mexico. Hey, I can't really see the comments, so I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I just have to jump over here and check something out here, make sure that all is well with the comments here. And then I'll be able to answer any comments that any of you may want to say hello. And SoCal Steve says hello. Hey, SoCal, good to see you, man. I know I'm not supposed to be here, but here I am. There's a rumor floating around that Danny is going to have a really special guest, but I think that might fall through. So I hesitate to mention who it's going to be because I'm not sure it's going to happen quite yet. But 6 p.m. tonight, Danny will be live. PNS Harnett, good evening from Montana. Good to see you. Luis Flores, best fish report in all of California. Luis, man, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me, and I really appreciate your great support. All of you, it means a lot. So hit that like button, and let me get you some info. Hey, Jeremy says, oh yeah, hey Phil, good to see you. Good to see you, Jeremy. I didn't really plan on being on, but the Pegasus just called me. I talked to the Polaris Supreme. I talked to the Sea Watch. And there's enough going on that I've got to tell you about it. But I've got to tell you about the Pride. We updated you on their great trip. I think they had 105 yellowtail and 40-something yellowfin tuna and 50 bluefin tuna. And I think they had they creamed it here out of 22nd Street. Tremendous fishing. The kind of fishing you'd expect to see in the fall when you get the smorgasbord, you get the variety, and I absolutely love it. But Tony Gonzalez, who works up in the front office, he's up there right now. If you want to call and say hi to him, or Janelle for that matter, Tony said, Phil, the Pride hit the docks, and I have never, ever seen a group of people that were so happy in all of my life. They had yellowtail, they had yellowfin, they had dorado, they had bluefin. They smashed it on board the Pride right here out of 22nd Street Landing. It was a tremendous trip. And when you hear that kind of joy and happiness from passengers as they get off the boat, you got to love it. And those guys, I'm telling you, Sean Roberts and Michael Potvin, Sonar, they really fish hard. So great trip. I've already covered that one with you. Now, a little bit of breaking news. Sea Watch out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. It's a full day boat, leaves in the morning, comes back this very evening, limits on the Dorado. The Polaris Supreme is checking in, and he's on a 4-day trip. 144 bluefin tuna, absolutely wide open, great fishing going on. The weather's a little breezy, and I indicated to you on the morning briefing. Remember, every single morning you can get briefed on the morning briefing, so make sure you do that. But I told you there's some weather in the horizon, and there is. So we'll have to see what effect that has. We'll be watching that very, very closely, and we'll see exactly how it plays out. But it looks like Tannerbank is going to get breezy. Cortez, of course, behind it will be breezy. And even down there off Ensenada, when you go offshore, where there's some kelps holding some pretty good Dorado, yellowfin, even bluefin tuna, it's going to get a little breezy. Now, how bad it's going to get, we're going to wait until we get a day closer to see. But I think boys are all going to be out there. I mean, just recently we were on board the Horizon, and it was sporty, 18 to 20 plus knots. And we ended up with limits of bluefin tuna in fabulous fishing, just as good as you could possibly want. By the way, I've got to thank you all very, very much. On the Horizon, they did not have enough people to run their August 31st trip, and they asked if I could mention it. I mentioned it. They picked up 10 spots in 2 days. They are a definite go. August the 31st, the Horizon 2.5-day trip. Ricky Perez is running that trip. He's a great friend of mine, and they are a definite go now. Thanks to all of you. Man, that is one heck of a response, given that some guys are having a hard time getting reservations right now, and that is all due to the Friedman Adventure family. I really appreciate that. Let me get to some more comments. Joseph Chavez, got to figure out how to get you VHS video featuring you. Just call me, Joseph. I'm not quite sure what you want, but call me and we'll work it out, whatever it is. Jimmy Gutierrez says, hello, it's good to see you. Jimmy, Daniel Lightfoot. Hey, Phil, this is Michael. I just want to ask him, is the open house on both days, Saturday and Friday? I believe right now, I'll mention it on the morning briefing for sure. For sure Saturday. For sure Saturday. We have an open house, so we will be here serving some hot dogs, selling some raffle tickets. We really need your help on the Mexico stuff. I've got so much medical supplies that need to get down there. I've got a ton of clothing. We are picking up more clothing on Saturday morning. Greg Bates, myself, Bob Gifford, and then we're going to move it to the warehouse. We're going to move everything we have here to the warehouse, and then for Christmas, we're going to focus on probably Ensenada because there's a lot of poverty there and a lot of people that could use some help. So all of this will go to support it. The hot dogs are on the house. If you buy a raffle ticket, you might win this thing. We'll have a raffle item that we give away this weekend, and then you'll still be in the raffle for the pen reel, which will be in a couple of weeks. So keep that in mind. Anybody out there want to help us in this? You could take 50 tickets, 100 tickets, 2 tickets, and sell them to friends. Man, we would love you if you could do that. So let me give you a phone number right now. If you'd like to help with that, well, just come down Saturday and say hi at our open house starting around 5 p.m. Or you can send me a text at 657-227-6459. And that is also the number you text if you'd like the list of our charters. 657-227-6459. Tim Marquez is one heck of a guy. He graced the cover of our trip on the Horizon. That was such a fun trip. Tim, really a lot of fun. He says, click that like button. I second that. Peter Womack says, hi from the Windy City, Chicago. Peter, it's good to hear from you, my friend. You're awfully close to South Bend, Indiana there at Notre Dame, so that is good. Danny Kadota just walked in. Are we having a special guest tonight, or?
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. All right, don't worry. Then I didn't tell anybody what it was.
Good.
So
He's coming.
all right, perfect. Well, I'll let you do that at 6 o'clock. So Danny's in the house, everybody, and that's what we're doing here, warming you up for that. Ronald says, Phil, what's up? Thank you for what you do. You boys do fishing. My pleasure. N6 win. But if you're wearing your briefs, then the breeze is welcome. That is so true. Jeremy, for reals, Phil, get on your LinkedIn. It's got an old photo of you there. Thank you, Jeremy. Now I got you. I'll see what I can do. Am I like 500 pounds in that one? Darn right I need to change that. Nautical Tenderness, hey, Phil, great show. Do you have any other dates for an open house? I'm busy Saturday. Thanks in advance. May do it tomorrow night. Do you mind checking in on the morning briefing tomorrow? Hopefully this guy over here, Danny Kadota, is going to be here for our open house on either Friday or Saturday. Would love to do that. Tyler Tanaka, howdy, Phil. Audio is 5x5. Great to be able to tune in for 2 live shows in the same week. Wahoo! Tim Marquez said, awesome Horizon trip. Phil, thank you. Tim, thanks for being there. You are such a good guy. Tim Marquez spent a whole mess of hours. I can't remember how many hours it was, but he came down to the warehouse in La Mirada and separated clothing with us to make sure that we weren't sending anything to Mexico that was inferior quality We want to send all quality stuff to our friends on the other side of the border. And Tim did a really good one. Where's the fire? What did I miss? Hey, there's no fire, cue ball. I just decided to come on and bring you a little bit of breaking news, and more than anything, promote the fact that Danny is back. And this is not Danny's fault, by the way. This is my fault. I was bartending at the Orange County Fair, and man, I just couldn't pull it together. So good to see my friend, and it's going to be great to have him on tonight. So that's coming up. So Pegasus, I need to get to him. I just got a call from the Pegasus out there. He didn't tell me where, and I didn't ask. Somewhere around Tanner, Cortez, and he said really steady fishing on the bluefin out here. Really, really, really steady. And we already had the report in from the Polaris Supreme with a $1.44 on the bluefin tuna. And the Sea Watch full day trip out of Seaforth with limits of Dorado today. Flatheads are biting, and it looks good. I will tell you that. P&S Harnack, looking forward to Danny's show tonight. So am I. He's in Montana, by the way. So we got people all over the world taking a listen. We got a guy in Chicago, Danny. We've got all kinds of people tuning in with us. So open house, raffles this weekend we'll be doing here. You notice I cleaned up a little bit, Danny?
Looks great.
Yeah, thank you. I want to make sure we're good. It's not that great, but thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. And don't forget our pride trip, or our fishing trips, Friedman Adventures trips. I think we have 4 more. We have a overnight trip on board the Apollo. We have a full day trip on board the El Patron, which is right here, and then 2 two-day trips on the Amigo. It's gonna be fun. Kenji Dodson, Friedman Adventures, hit the like button and enjoy the comment. Great meeting you, Phil. Kenji, it was my pleasure, man. It was so nice to have met you. All right, I think that's it for me. I want to talk to my buddy Danny. I haven't seen him for a long, long time, and I just wanted to come in here for a few moments and get you up to date on some breaking news. Also, if somebody were to walk in, like a captain or something, I'd throw them on with you. This local bass fishing has been as good as it's been in many decades right out here. Monte Carlo, Native Son, those guys have been all over it. And of course, other landings are in on it also. It's been fantastic. Kerry Gallega says, aloha, SoCal Desert Life. Not able to make it to the open house this weekend, be on the Apollo. What was the raffle? Hey, you can buy raffle tickets online. We'll have information on that. We're going to raffle off a Penn Fathom reel. I think we'll do some Daiwa rods along with it, and who knows what else. There's a beautiful Daiwa jig bag organizer. We may throw that in there. We'll have that information for you tomorrow. And on the morning briefing and other shows, I'll be able to announce how you can buy tickets online and get in the raffle and support all the stuff that we're doing in Mexico. And we're going to continue to do it. You know, I don't know how long ago it was. I asked you guys for some goods for Mexico, and we were overwhelmed with your support and how many items came in. And now we've just created this thing where items keep coming in, so we're going to keep it rolling. What the heck? Why not, right? We'll warehouse it over there in La Mirada with my dear friend Joe Gallagher. He does such a great job. Gallagher Staging, they do all the staging for the rock and roll concerts and that kind of thing. So we'll keep that going. Some really good fishing going on here today. We'll have more details at 6 p.m. with Danny. I'll be looking into that. Worm King Swim Baits. What's up, Phil? Danny, we love Fish, man. He's saying hello. Hey, Fish, make sure you come back at 6 p.m. for Danny's show. Or better yet, come on down here. And you know what? We'll even throw you on the show, Fish. You should come in here and promote Worm Kings. Bow Boy, how's the protein diet coming along? I got to tell you, it's coming along great. And I'm kind of almost all the way carnivore now, so I eat meat, salt, and water. I cheat on that once in a while and go a little keto, eat some cheese. I do some stuff like that. But ultimate goal is to get there, down 25 pounds in a little over a month. More energy than I've ever had. Sleeping really soundly at night. All my aches that I had, and I didn't have all that many actually, thank God, are gone. And one thing there's some weird things going on. I will be honest with you. One is I have not had a cramp since I started this. And I don't know about you, Danny, but us old guys sometimes get nasty cramps, man, where I'm, at night and you can't go back to sleep. Haven't had one. And I've been doing the kind of stuff that would result in that, like walking on an incline at the gym or out walking 3 or 4 miles or working the fair on that hard cement. Inevitably, every single year, working Fred Hall or any of those shows, man, I'd have cramps at night that were brutal. And then the weird thing is now, I've lost all my cravings for any carbs. Just no interest in eating a donut or a potato chip. None. I eat about 2 meals a day, sometimes three, sometimes one, and I'm just literally full. After I eat a piece of steak or hamburger or some kind of meat, I am just done. Labs from the doctor, he said, you are rock solid on every one of your labs, so we'll see. Who knows? I might drop dead during the Danny Kadota show tonight, and you say, I think I'll skip that carnivore diet. And I listened to a guy by the name of Sean Baker. He's a doctor. He's been on it for like 12 years. I also, however, there's a political pundit, and he's conservative. So that, if you're liberal, I'm just telling you that Jordan Peterson impresses me as a guy who would do his research. So I don't have time to do the research. So he did it. He's been on the carnivore diet for 5 years. All of his medical ailments and maladies went away. It improved his daughter's life, who was really sick beyond belief. So I'll ride this out for a little bit longer and see how it goes. Thank you, Bow Boy. I really appreciate it. Cue ball. Oh man, the cramps are the worst. I was getting them on the boat for a while. I know they're brutal, man. I can't stand it. Aaron Hernandez, the best season for tuna. I'm getting reports on the charter boats getting about 80 to 130 pounders. Yeah, that big fish is mixed in with that smaller fish. And I'll tell you, it has been really outstanding fishing. It does present a dilemma in that, you don't know what to go in the water with. 25, 40, you're trying to get a bite. They won't bite the heavy. You got to go down to the light, and then you hook a 100-pounder, and you're in trouble. So you got to kind of gauge that. And of course, at night when you're fishing, it's been mostly that big fish. So, for me, 100-pound spectra, I prefer 130, 200-pound leaders. And right now, a 300-pound lure, yeah, try that. A 300-gram lure or a 400-gram lure. You want to get a hernia, man, try that. That seems to work best. And we're going to get this breeze. We have this breeze now, still biting out there. We just talked to the Pegasus, as I told you. It still is looking good. I'd go probably edging toward that 400-gram lure. Remember, colored line changes every 100 feet. You know what depth you're at. The captain says drop. Guys like Danny Kadota are already down to the fish by the time you've scratched your head, because they know how important it is. When the guy is seeing the fish, you want to be down on top of them as soon as possible. N6 win. Usually cramps are a sign of dehydration, issues with your kidneys. All right, well, maybe my kidneys are all better now. Kerry Gallegos, been doing the carnivore for 3.5 weeks now, lost 18 pounds, but I really miss my rice and fruits. Hey, Kerry, that is great. Congratulations. It takes a while until you start to forget about that kind of stuff. And, one of the guys, Sean Baker, that I listen to, he says, whenever you get a craving for the junk, like stuff in a bag or candy or something like that, just eat another ribeye and it'll go away. You'll be too full to eat. So, Kerry, really proud of you, man. That is awesome. 18 pounds. 3.5 weeks, and hopefully your energy levels and everything are really, really good. All right, please hit that like button. Share this with some folks. Danny and I will be back. It's Danny's show, mostly all Danny, but I get to chat with him also during his show. Can't wait to do that. 657-227-6459. That's charter lists. That's raffle tickets. That's if you want to help with the raffle, if you want to help with Mexico. It would all be deeply appreciated. And if another friend of Carrie's, Craig, lost 26 pounds, I can tell you Dan Lightfoot, that is Michael Limon's grandpa. And everybody knows Michael Limon now. He did jumping jacks on our show the other night. Dan has lost 25 pounds in a month. His energy has gone through the roof, and he is off all of his diabetes meds right now. So anything you decide to do, do it in consultation with your doctor. Don't listen to me. What do I know? But I'm just taking you through my journey to let you know how it works for me, and how it will work for you may be something different. You tell people all you eat is meat, water, and salt, and they look at you like, whoa, you're absolutely from outer space, man. That can't be good for you. But It's all based on medical studies, and it all seems good to me. It's just that the longevity, the length of those studies is not all that long because not many people have been doing that for a long time. So just keep your eyes on me. If I slump over and hit my head on the table, don't go on the carnivore diet, but it's working well for me. All right, thanks everybody. Deeply appreciate it. Great to see you. Danny Kadota, 6 p.m. coming up. And who knows who might walk in that door. All kinds of captains are around this place. We'll get some more updates for you. It was great to hear about the happiness on board the Pride from Tony. And I hope you are going to get out really, really soon and have a great trip. Thanks, everybody. Take care. We'll see you back here at 6 p.m. with Danny. Take care. Have a great night. Hit that like button and make sure you share this with